Welcome back, everybody. Well, here we are at the stump again for a second time today. But looks like I've got a little something different out here. And as you could probably already imagine, it's something that I created, obviously. And it's basically just a classic, bushcraft pattern. And feels really good in the hand. I think it would work really well. Now, obviously, as you can probably already tell, this one here in particular, I haven't tested it because I wanted to do this video first, obviously, because once it's tested, it's not going to look as good as it does right now, at least on the blade, as we all know all too well. But let's go ahead and we'll jump in on some pretty quick specs here. Looking like about right at a 4.5-inch blade. Right about let's say a 4.25 handle. So this thing's actually gonna have a smaller handle on it, and this is 1/8 inch stock on this one, of course, with a 0° Scandi Vex grind on it. And I believe this one was made out of 1084, actually. And I wasn't necessarily going for anything necessarily, just practice, but I think it turned out pretty well. And actually, I misspoke in the drifter video, the last knife I made video. I said that was my third one that I had completed, and that's not actually true. It was actually the fourth one. I was thinking in my head and I'd forgotten about one. So before we talk about this one anymore, let's go back in time a little bit. And this was actually the first one that I had completed, and put handles on and everything, but they're not contoured handles. They're just, straight all the way through. They're contoured this way, just not contoured this way. And because I was unsure, about how that would go. So that led to my second one, which the handle on this one turned out just great. It hopefully you can see the shape pretty well there, but I mean, in the hand wise, that thing fits just perfect, locks in like a glove. It's going to be probably pretty close to if you've ever had any of the Bark River Bravos. It's kind of along those lines. It's obviously not the same, but it's fairly close. Now this one happens to be 3/32 CPM ADC RV2 is what this one is. And it's supposed to be pretty good and tough. Now, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to test this one today. I think, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and do just a little bit with this one here and give us a little bit of an idea how that one there might perform. So we've got this one here, which surely by now y'all should know that my knives are razor sharp, so surely you could see that. Hairs on it and everything, no problem. Bald spot. So surely you guys already know that my knives are sharp. Got us a good piece of fat wood here. Let's just see what we can do. And this one also has the 0 Scandi Vex on it. And of course, and you can just make them as fine as you want to. And that thing has got like 0 resistance behind it. And I do know how to make a good sharp spine, or at least I think I do. Let's find out if I do. Huh, looks like it's good and sharp to me. Look at that. That is nice. I dare say that might be sharper than an LT right. I mean, that is pretty darn sharp. Alright, so fatwood's one thing. Let's see how it does on the ferro rod. Got a little bit of groove and bumps going on there. I gotta sand those out. Alright, enough playing around. Let's get her done. There we go. Nice. So you can see how that one performs, and I am pretty sure that this one would perform along the very same lines, but obviously this is a little thicker stock, so it may not perform exactly. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Now we've probably already rolled in the close-up footage, so let's go ahead and take a look at it in person up a little closer. So, first of all, pretty happy with how this sheath turned out. Kydex, of course. Although it looks like leather, this is a very interesting Kydex. I actually got this from a different company than who I usually get it from. And it has a real interesting texture to it. It's not your normal Kydex texture. It's more like leather, but I don't think it's intended to look like leather, or at least it's not advertised that way. And it is a two-tone, so obviously you see we've got the, I think they call this blood red. And of course your edge on there, if we can get her to focus up here. Perfect edge work there. Nice, nice leather dangler here. And this dangler is very thick. The stock on that knife is 1/8 inch, and this is much thicker than that with a pull the dot snap. So as you know, with a pull the dot, you pull hard as you want this way, it's not going to open. Pop it up that way, it opens right up, no problem. Like I said, very good thick leather here on that. with your dangler so you can dangle around. Very cool there, I think. I think that turned out well. And then, of course, the knife here, you already saw the close-ups, I'm sure, but one pretty cool thing, I thought anyway. You've got your red liners there. Matches pretty well with the red on the sheath, I thought. Gave it a pretty neat look. But how does the knife fit into the sheath? Well, fits good. No resistance there. Will it click? Massive click there. I mean, this baby's in there. Now, I did make the retention just a bit harder on this one because it is kind of a dangler and it's kind of a lighter knife, you know, so I just thought it would be better. Maybe it isn't. I mean, it's not too difficult, but the way the contouring of this handle, which I don't know if I can really get it to show real well, but I will try. It's not heavily contoured, but you can see there towards the bottom it is, and then right up here towards the top it is. So what that means is that lays, you know, like perfectly in the palm of your hand. So when you close your hand around it, it locks right in there. Another really neat feature is up here, it kind of dips down a little bit. Well, that helps you, you know, if you want to use it kind of as a thumb ramp, it holds on real good. But also, as you hold it in your hand, the part back here in the palm is just a touch higher than right here. So what I would think, you know, is as you're using it to do your shaving and whatnot, you're not going to get as much pressure here up into the pad of your hand here like, you know, you can get sometimes. So, and I mean, of course, I don't know that for sure. I know I have used other knives that have a feature similar to that, and that's the way they acted, so I would assume this one would as well. Now, the real question is, oh, I didn't say, these are, what do they call this stuff? Diamond wood, I believe is what they call them. So it's thin strips of wood epoxied together. Kind of comes out with a cool look. I kind of like that black and white like that, but it also has, which I doubt I can get them in here, but I can sure try. There we go. Has some other colors in there too. So the real question is what to do with this knife. I considered, you know, just keeping it, testing it, using it, etc., etc. But, you know, I mean, pretty good response on the last knife I made, so I don't know. I might get rid of this one. If anybody's interested, you know, hit me up, and if not, that's okay. I'll keep it, no big deal. I mean, I can tell you I'm not going to give it away. You know, I can tell you that, because the bottom line is that's a $100 and whatever sheath by itself. So, you know, that being said, I mean, it's not going to be no $500, obviously, but if, say, somebody were to, you know, send me a knife and they wanted a sheath like that, I mean, you're going to be looking at probably $100, $120, you know, for something kind of like that. You know, maybe not exactly that much. It's all dependent, of course, but, you know, just figure a $100 bill pretty well. And, you know, so that being said, there is a lot of value there. And this is all handmade with all made in America parts. There's not one single part on there made from China. Now I can say, you know, that knife there isn't perfect, and I will also say that that was the last knife, well, not the last knife, but not including the drifter knife before, this was, you know, was the last knife I have that was made on my prior setup before getting my 2x72. So things will really start getting a lot better after this, is, you know. So what I'm getting at is, this will probably be one of the last available pieces that isn't perfect or really darn close. So I don't know, guess I'm just thinking out loud, guys. So if anybody's interested, you know, let me know. And I mean, like I said, if not, no worries. So just figured I'd show y'all. I thought it turned out pretty good, and I really like that sheath. I think it turned out really well. Nice positive click there. Yeah, I just think that turned out real well. Nice looking package right there. One thing I did almost forget to mention, this strap is removable. So if you wanted to, you know, say run paracord through there for a neck dangler, you know, you could do that. Or if you wanted to just remove the leather altogether and, you know, run paracord or ball chain or whatever through here, you know, you can just take that screw out and remove the leather altogether for an upside down neck carry. It's definitely not going to come out. And of course, you know, standard spacing there, so it would fit all of your tech locks or dots locks or combat loop or whatever, you know, any of that aftermarket stuff will fit here. So another good feature to it that I almost forgot to mention. Definitely bushcrafty, I suppose. See if you can, there you go, you get a good shot of the liners in there with the color matching up real nice. So yeah, I guess that'll pretty much wrap it up, guys. I just wanted to kind of show everybody that and see what they thought, and kind of give you an idea of the direction we're heading here. So I guess with that, we'll wrap it up, and hopefully y'all have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next one.